Hey y'all, this is Jeff from Gardening in Containers, Jeff's Gardening Containers channel. I thought I'd do a quick little walkthrough of how everything's doing down here in Florida right now. I've got the yard back to a point to where I think we're in decent shape. We've planted and installed quite a few things this year. I wasn't going to put any more in because the yard's so loaded down with things, but you'll see around everything. I got bricks and baskets and on the smaller stuff, and bricks around everything to keep, the lawnmowers and stuff, everything. But still have some weeding to do and some work to complete everywhere. It's just it's a continual thing. It's nice, keeps you busy, keeps things going. Eventually, all the bricks you see around here will go around the perimeter, around the bushes I got, around the fences I put in. Not the fences I put in, all the bushes I put in along the fence to make perimeter and privacy over time. But right now, it's more protection. Once these fruit trees and everything I got in get up to a certain height, I'll take the bricks away from them. It'll be it'll be a lot better for the yard and everything we got to get done. So I'm going to take you on a little walk around and see what we got, and then we'll finish up up front and see what we got out there in the garden, see what we got going on, see if we got anything growing or anything for a harvest of the garden. Otherwise, down here it's been a little rough weather. Average of about 80, 85 every day, sometimes close to 90. Mid 60s at night, 70s. Struggling down here. It's just, whew. The last few days have actually been real pleasant. They've been like, it's been perfect weather with the breezes and everything out here. So we just kind of keep trying not to struggle through the process down here. But we're really enjoying ourselves, having fun. We're getting a lot done. A lot of projects, a lot more to get done, but we'll see how we get going with everything and how we can finish everything up. Finally got my electrical inside the garage, everything except for one GFCI to get outside, which I'll be getting out in the next day or two, and then I'll be done with dealing with the electric and everything. I got 9, 10 receptacles out there. Got a lot of good stuff going on. So we're going to just, like I said, take a walk around and see how things are going. And we'll go from there. Alright guys, I'm going to grab this can and take a walk around, see how things are going. A little breezy out here, and I don't have my mic, because my mic's more or less a piece of crap, won't work for me anymore, so because my iPhone's so old, but we'll keep going. You can see here we got this concrete base already in here I put in. The neighbor was leaving, so we went up and he said get rid of it, so we bought it over here and I sat it around. I got to take some mortar around some of the edges and fix it up, but just another little job we got going as we're going through. And then the shower I built in with all the fence stuff, which we shower every day or whenever we get a shower. Everything's growing real nice back here along the shower. That's a new orange tree we put in right there, and that orange tree's growing real nice right now. And here I planted a Simpson stopper there. I can't remember the yellow flower thing right there outside the fence, but there was a huge pine tree right in the middle here. Pine tree, oh my gosh, palm tree. But I had to get rid of it because it was pushing the fence out that way. It was just becoming too much of a pain, so we got rid of that palm tree last week. And I planted some of their stuff in their place. These are all rubber tree seedlings that were put in right here. And there's 6 of them now, 6 of them. They're doing good. See, I got the little drip things going to them, but haven't needed too much of that recently. This here's a avocado that completely got the crap kicked out of it this winter, but you see it's starting to come back now. I'm hoping that it will stay saved and keep moving the way it's going. Papaya. My other two, you'll see over there, I ripped out my papayas. They were completely killed in the freeze. Rotted the 4-inch trunks out and everything. So I ripped both of them out, and now I got this new one growing back here, and this seems to be doing pretty daggone good. This was a guava that was hit real hard in the winter too. And now it's starting to leaf and starting to come back, so I'm hoping I'll just keep going the way it's going. A lot of the stuff did come back, but it took time. But certain stuff didn't, the papaya, certain stuff just did not come back. So these were all over in that other part of the yard over here. So what I ended up doing was moving them over in this area. Sorry, I'm adjusting the camera a little bit. Legs on it. They're running into my legs, and right there. Got one more. Don't mind the camera shooting all over the place. There's a type orange, real tiny orange. I can't remember the name of this thing right now, but they're like little bitter oranges. But you see one that's down on the bottom there. There were more than that. I think she's already eaten. Let's see if I can get a good picture of it down there. That's right down there. But we had this thing will get loaded. It was last year. It was really loaded up. This is a regular orange tree, tangerine. Had a couple on it last year. I won't see anything on this tangerine tree till next fall when we're ready to pick. But you see it's starting to bloom all the new leaves on it. It's doing real good. I got to trim the bottom part of that off to keep everything off the stump. This is, you can see we got a weed here in certain places, but this is a grapefruit. And like I said, a lot of these hurt, but you can see all the new leaves and new vine, stems, everything growing off everything. So this is the time of year it's just incredibly down here. This is a clusia. This one's about 4 or 5 years old. It was probably twice as big as this, but I had to cut it way back because it's all brown and looked terrible. Got hit real hard in the freeze, but you can see all the new leaves and everything starting to come in on that, so it's starting to come back. So I'm real happy about that. So we're really coming back with some of this stuff. My wife's, this area I built for her back here, I got to remulch it, but it's got everything grown in it real nice. It takes partial sun and partial shade, so it's doing pretty good. And keep it up, everything along the fence here that I got coming in. A lot of these clusias survived during the night. I wonder who ate my hose here. Huh. Got a knot in here. What the heck is going on here, everybody? There it goes. Get that back over here so when I water everything put water to it. This one that was grayish thing, plants whatever, but you see all the clusias down here are doing good, and then the ones that got hit real bad are starting to come back, and I trimmed them real good, got them where I had to get them. I did replace some of these with this bush here, and these two newer clusias because they weren't coming back, some of them. 4 or 5 of them look like this one there, but you can see it's starting to come back on its branches there, same as these over here, so I'm real excited they all come back. And you can see I put a couple different style bushes down there, and eventually once these things get all their roots and get grabbed in everywhere, these are an average of 6 to 8 foot tall, 3 and 4 foot wide, and I'll be able to trim them as a hedge and a privacy thing all along the fence there. So pleased with that. This mango's starting to look better. It's still got dead leaves on the top, but it looks 100% better than it did. It took a big hit. Don't expect that to do much. This pomelo is really looking good. There's one pomelo, but I think this is from last season. I have to get her. In fact, I'll get it off here now. It's a big one. Boy, she's on there. Oh, there she goes. Everybody loves these things. They always ask us if we got some. There's pomelo right there off that tree, so I'll save that for the wifey so she can eat them up. Once that tree gets there, it's prolific. So once that tree gets producing here, they'll get all ready and they'll be ready to pick in end of the summer, going into the fall. Then those will be ready. You see the banana tree came back. You remember how much I struggled with them, and it's really looking good. The littler one I just cut down the ground, it's coming back. That banana tree there looks real good, but they were just terrible looking in the winter. I'd have bet you money I lost them. So that's a thumbs up. This is a purple lime. Still growing, still getting bigger, but limes are 3 to 5 years and lemons are 3 to 5 years before they really start prolifically producing. So there's another big one. I put that bush on the ground there. I put in, that's a lemon. That's a lime. I'm sorry, that's a lime, and that's been 4 or 5 years, and I've trimmed it back and moved it, and it's gotten bigger, but it hasn't really produced. I've tried a couple of different things with it, so it might just be a late bloomer. See down there, the two things that kind of look like they're dead. They do actually have leaves growing on them. They are plusias, which were over in that other spot. I took them out and put them in buckets for a week or two, and they started leafing. So I put them back in the ground, so they should be starting to take off. And these are all the Simpson stoppers we bought here. And these Simpson stoppers will be a border also for the fence. This is a raspberry put in the ground yesterday. It's been in a bucket for a while. I let it grow up. It's raspberry, so it's gonna. It's the only one the grape and that haven't produced yet, but the blackberry and the trying to get the other one, and the blueberry have been producing for a while. My wife just loves those. The lemon tree, it's gotten probably 4 times bigger, 3 or 4 times bigger, really bigger than that when I got it. Another bush we put in there, it's going to take a little while, but it came back from a real hard winter. Not sure about that hibiscus there was coming back, then not coming back, and it looks kind of crappy right now, so we'll see what it does. Nice, colorful. I wish I could remember the name of the thing right there. Put one of them in out here to add some more color to the backyard. Put some bricks down to keep the dog from digging as much as she does. Everything along here that we got along the house is really producing and kind of vibrant and growing and looking good, which is real nice. That hibiscus, you can see the red flower. That hibiscus came back. This tree here got hit real hard, but it's starting to flower now. It's starting to come back in, but I'm probably gonna have to trim. I gotta get the lights off it and then trim some of it back and get rid of the dead branches. Eventually I'll get to that. See, everything's growing here. The little bed is normally full, which it isn't right now, but you can see the vibrance of these flowers here we put in last, either the beginning of this season or last season, and they just keep growing. I gotta keep trimming them back. Another one back there, it's those type of things that grow down here that just never stop. They just, no matter what happens, even in droughts, they seem to grow. That's the blueberry I put in, but I had to put a double cage around it because I put it in and then I was sitting over there working on some stuff. And as I was working on the stuff, seen a bird laying down here next to it, started eating all my damn blueberries. So put that fence around it and left the spikes around the top to kind of try to keep it away from there as much as I can, so it'll maybe prosper a little bit. It's still, you can see the berries all over it. She comes out every day and picks a couple of little ones off it, but the birds were just having their time with it. Another banana bush I put in, tree. It's looking real nice right now, so I'm real excited about this one coming up here. This one is it's an orange I bought. It's a blood. I can't think of the name right now. Bush. And this will get to be a big one too, but it's going to take a while because I bought it real small. There ain't any rush, with everything else I got growing. This bush looks real healthy here. I do have to trim it back because it's taking over everything. We'll get to that, and everything along here seems to be doing pretty good. The aloes and all the bushes and trees and everything seems to be doing amazingly well back in here. So the growth pattern of everything is really looking good, and everything we got under that mango tree here that we put in is all growing and taking up some of the area and space that we've had there, that when we just had regular bricks around, starting to come back. You can see these two are struggling a little bit here, that little bush and this, but that looks 10,000 times better, that green and purple stuff, because it was dead as a doornail. And I'll show you that front where the same stuff came back to full growth. So just a matter of time, that'll all be back, and then that starts to spread around and do different things. I put a new trellis in yesterday right here, and this trellis right here is going to have grapes all over it. You can see where I fed it was in a bucket. I took it out, got the ground all cleaned up, mulched, built the trellis, and I put the grapes through there. So look, these grapes are just growing through the trellising here as it goes, as they keep moving along. And I imagine it'll be a little while till we see the grapes, and these blackberries here have already been producing. You see one right, a couple of them right down on there, but my wife just picked it clean yesterday with all the real ripe ones, and this thing will produce good. This is the same kind of thing. Once I get it moving, it'll be climbing up here, be a permanent thing, and be able to have all that stuff just naturally growing. I have to fight the birds probably. You can see one of theirs starting to right on that berry there. So yeah, it's just a matter of keeping an eye on things and constantly adjusting and moving things. So right now, the backyard and everything we're doing is looking real good, real happy with the way things are going. There's another sand hole dug by my dog. And I don't care, because she's got to have something to do down here when she's outside. She digs the holes and all that. It's just when I don't pay attention and there's a hole, and I start walking in there and doing something, twist your ankle and you're like, son of a gun, man, it kills you. I got it seen because it was hard dirt. I'd be walking around with bad ankles. You see that purplish pink flower coming off on that? Sound good. These hibiscuses are flowering. This is their time of the year now that the sun is over to this side from the, it's normally the east is over here, the south is down here, and normally the sun's coming up this way now, because normally the sun in the fall and winter, early spring's way over to the right. Now it's coming over the center, so now this stuff over here will start getting all the sun in it and getting ready to move everything up. Where I insulated my water thing from the cold winter there, my water feed, and put it in a bypass. These are my, these flower real nice once they get the full sun to them, but these just grow and grow and grow and just won't stop. They're bushes my friend Nan gave me, so really like those. They really take up some space. Everything out here is looking real nice now. This is getting, always got the morning sun, but it was a weaker sun in the winter. Now it's getting a better sun, and between the sun and a little bit of watering I do to it is now really starting to take off and get everything growing. And all this stuff I have left in our stand here all has to be put in the ground, and hopefully that'll be either today or tomorrow. I gotta get them, and that's all stuff that like spreads all over, so gotta watch that. You see that hibiscus right there? The ones on the side were red. I got the yellow ones on the other side, and this one is orange here, and they look real good out here with everything. That bird of paradise is real healthy. Once it gets warmer out, we'll be able to see the colorful flowers all come off on that and really go. See that palm right there is doing real nice. This one came back, and if you remember from other videos, this one was 100% dead. And I trimmed it back, and it's coming back. We'll see if it does what I want it to do fully, complete everything. Um, that one's struggling a lot. It hasn't really grown. And I told you down on the edge in there, it's cut. It's starting to get eaten out by something. So I'm gonna cut it off flush, stick it down the ground, see if it'll reroot, and then go from there. I just haven't gotten over here to getting that done just yet. This is the front island area of all my plants and stuff, and everything here is now still got a dozen or so lemons growing on that tree, which is rare this late in the year because we've already taken them all off. But it's really producing. Everything's starting to come up here now. All these new bushes and plants I put in here, from the cardboard palm to all the other different palms I got here, are really growing good, and then the flowers and stuff. Everything's coming up real nice here in this little island. So, and the solar lights come on it at night and just enhance it more and stuff like that. And butterfly bushes and different stuff I got in here. I mean, a lot of stuff was real bad in the winter, but God's come back now. So, and even the palms over here where I had to cut them way back because they were starting to get killed off there. So you can see them starting to grow back up there now. So we're really, I don't know if you remember these, they were all down enough, but you can see them all growing now. Even though we're still in a drought down here, we've had quite a bit of rain the last couple of weeks, but even though we're still in a drought, it's enough moisture in the ground to keep these things growing. The agave, you can see how big that's gotten. That's that green and purple stuff I was talking to you about out back. It looked terrible when I first put this in. This was all dead. And watered it and trimmed it back some, took care of it, and you can see it. And that's what'll happen to that stuff out back. All the bushes and all the, this is the, oh my God, cranberry hibiscus. It's looking real good. Now I'll show you the other ones on the other side of the yard with the flowers that come up on it. The size of it from where it was is probably 10 times bigger than where it was just a month ago. So I'm going to have to watch it because I might end up having to move it to a different place because these get pretty doggone big if you're not there to watch them. They'll take over a lot of areas. This palm is looking real good here. Bushes, everything. Got to trim that one bush a little bit. You can see some of that one's a mixture, got a little bit of yellow hibiscus coming out of it too. This is the purple and yellow leaf bush. My wife just loves it. It was really hurt during the cold weather, but now it's starting to come back now. Everything in here's doing real good. I'm really, from where it was, I'm real happy with the colors and everything. And that's a white, snow white or a white, anything what it is, but it used to be over here underneath this one when it got so big. So I transported it over here, started growing. We hit the cold weather, kind of messed it up, but it's all starting to come back now. So I think in another couple weeks that'll be into full bloom over here. You can see these two bushes here are looking real good and starting to come back. But this one I had to trim way back and work with it. I did the same with this one. It's starting to fill in now. If I don't get the filling I want, I'll have to trim some of them dead things off the top. If they don't start filling, then it'll just work its way up. Another cranberry hibiscus, and like I said, these things will just, got them from our neighbor Tina, and they just, once you get them started, they just go forever. These are both coming back in here now. You can see all the new stuff coming off and all the older flowers, leaves coming off. Real pleased with the way things are going here. These trees are just, these sit in full sun 3/4 of the year, but they sit in the eastern sun. And it gets hot on this side of the house like you wouldn't believe. No, there are anything that ever survived over here. So anything else it just would not survive. So I'm real pleased. You see how big that cranberry hibiscus is getting. So got to trim that back and form that up because last year that was up above the gutters. You can see the GFCI that's there is part of the electrical thing I ran from inside. The hose and setups that we have everywhere. I got another cranberry hibiscus over here. You can see how they just take off and get going. One thing you'll notice down here I haven't done is I've got 40 bags of mulch, probably down to 35 now, but I got to weed and mulch these areas. So I just haven't gotten to it yet. But that's one of the projects coming up to get these things mulched up and be done from getting rid of some of these weeds. Everything else is really looking nice. It's amazing how one minute you look at something that can look pretty bad, and then the next minute you don't. You're not sure. This desert rose I had cut way back. It is now finally starting to come back. But I had to cut it down to nothing because of the winter. The trunks were probably 2.5, 3 inches wide, and they were just like rubber, just bent and all messed up. So I had to cut it back. Now it's starting to come back. I expect by midsummer it'll be good size. You see, I got a volunteer tomato plant growing right there, so I put a biscuit by it while it's doing all that good stuff. This one came back pretty good. This palm was looking real good, and then a little bit of windy weather, a couple things, but you can see it's still coming back. But it took a while, and but it came back to where it was 3 or 4 foot leaves on it, but they all got brown right away and died. We still had a little bit of weird weather, so I expect once this warm weather really kicks in down here, it'll get good. That palm there is just everlasting palm. It's just huge. And this is our other clochia here. It got some hit in the winter, but I took the bad stuff off. So we're going to go in here and look at this garden a little bit now. You can see the peppers and all the stuff growing here. These will eventually all turn red like that one. You see the shishito peppers there. They're looking pretty good. I do have some empty buckets here I'm going to get rid of because nothing growing in them right now. And it's getting late in the season. I don't feel like really planting anything. You can see the jalapenos are just thriving. There's probably 50 jalapenos on there I get rid of. This tomato's getting bigger all the time. This is an eggplant right here, and I pulled 4 or 5 off it last week, but it's doing real good. The sweet potatoes are starting to take over everything, as you can see, all the vines and everything, so I gotta keep an eye on them. The lettuce is going to seed right there. The corn is now 3 foot or higher in most places, so I have to get everything that's on this trailer in a different position and move farther up and back and all that kind of stuff. You can see the purple bells growing on here. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them on there right now, so I have to get those off there so it'll grow some more. These potatoes I'll be doing today, because they're just about dead, leaves and stems, so I got to get rid of them. I don't know what's going to happen with this butternut squash, but now it's coming back some more, and so is this yellow squash. But things I find about squashes down here and stuff like that is they can get really finicky in how they grow. Eggplants are still growing. Peppers are coming back. Some of them are like this one are looking real crappy. So it's typical gardening, but some of these are quite old. Cabbages are looking good for the most part. Tomatoes are coming in here, starting to get red on that one. There's another pepper plant right there, and that's I'm trying to think of it. Hold on, I gotta run in here real quick. And in the garage here real quick, get a few things. I'm gonna let you look up at my little electric running around here. See how it works out. Stuff I just got done with that electric. That 30-second cleaner in it, so I gotta make sure I got rid of that 30-second cleaner. So I'm still completing a lot of tasks. You can see how the goes right out to the lanai from the garage, and we can go back here and you can kind of see how the lanai looks back here. New rug from our friend down on the ground looks real good that I put in underneath all the furniture. And the table I redid that blew up the other end, so we're pretty good shape out here. And I bought the metal shutters, which are over there on the ground, like 8 foot long, to go along all this for hurricane season, just in case. So we said electric projects done, except for getting a little bit outside there and down and up and powered and all that good stuff. And now I can just turn things on and off, and boom, just like that. Fan comes on and starts running. I got power. That's where there's all the GFCI over there. And all the lights are tied in up here off a separate circuit. And I now have 5 lights out here now. So it's like going out with these illuminated lights. It's like going out on a landing strip. When I work out here now, it's just so bright that there's nothing I can't see in the middle of the night. So a lot of times I just got it down to 1 light. But if I leave them all on, it's just like you're at the airport or something like that. Where just the whole place is just completely illuminated with the lights. And we'll get back here and shut this garden up because I gotta get out here and harvest what I have out here. Some more zucchini here that it's 1 minute it's looking real nice, and I had some zucchinis on it and then it just looked kind of crappy. So I'm gonna see how it does. I'm not gonna put any more bone or blood meal. I'm not gonna put anything on. I'm just gonna see if it lives or dies. And that's the point of doing things down here. But you can see how big all the corn's getting out here, and I want to get that further on the trailer from winds. These tomatoes are really kicking tail back here, and I want to get these tomatoes away from this corn so they can fully get sunlight to them. This newer pepper's starting to finally get its white flowers to it, so it's starting ready to go. That tomato's just about down, get rid of it. You can see all the peppers growing inside that bush, and there was just a ton of them. So I got to get all those off of there. The jalapenos are on the other side. Most of those are blonde peppers in there. This is another type of blonde pepper here, and then I've got some red jalapenos in there. So I got to get all that out. I got a couple in here. Just a ton of peppers to get out of here. And I got to get these poblanos. That's what they are. These poblanos off here. And the poblanos, she raves about eating the poblanos, so I got a lot to harvest. Then I'll put a harvest picture out for everybody. But otherwise, I think this isn't looking too good with a yellow eggplant. I don't know what that's all about. But otherwise, everything's looking pretty good. I got to get it harvested, get rid of a couple of these buckets that aren't doing nothing, and get my potatoes I have left in here out of here. Get a couple of these tomatoes off, get these peppers out of here. There's quite a few things I just gotta clean up, get rid of, take the old dirt and throw it around the yard. That'll help everything else grow. And then we ought to be in a pretty good shape because, like I said, it's now, I think today's the 11th or 12th or something. I gotta do taxes for this Wednesday too. So I have to get in here and harvest, like I said, and everything, but I don't want to plant too much more after a certain point, because in the summer down here the peppers will grow. Certain things will still grow down here, but when it gets hot down here, you're not going to get much to grow. And what's growing down here that's still going to do that, I'll get to my neighbor Tina, and she can have that to do what she wants with them. They grew all last summer for her, like eggplants and peppers and certain stuff will just grow good down here, and come down next fall, they'll be growing still. So we're in good shape that way, but I got to just get it to a point and get some stuff out of here, some stuff on here. Yeah, how it all goes. And I'm going to look over here too. I haven't looked over here for a while to see if these cucumbers are doing anything, but they don't look too bad back here, which is, hey, the last one I got some really nice one or two cucumbers off of it. It was really doing good and looked real nice. And I went out maybe a couple days after that, and it was getting diseased. And don't let people tell you that's because it's Florida. It's not Florida. It does it up north to you. So maybe some things you put in don't have any problems at all, and some things you put in they just don't have a chance when you start once you get going. All right, guys, I'm gonna let you go. It's our video for today. I appreciate it. I had a picture of our harvest, but you can see we've been plenty busy down here trying to with the yard and the garden and trying to keep things going. So you all have a good one. I appreciate it. Don't forget to go out and share the video, like the video, subscribe to the channel. It's all free. It's no cost to anybody. You know, the more we get, the better off we do. So we'll just keep going to where we're going, and I appreciate you all, and we'll talk to you soon. All right, see you. Bye.